truly am. Yeah. I've been planning, thinking clearly, hope it don't take too long. A gym is building in my mind just so I stay strong. So many failures come with life, it's normal, we do wrong. Learn from losing, fix the problem, level up, move on. It's all good to say I messed up and it's not okay. If you ain't conquer everything today, prepare for tomorrow. Ain't no way it took a day for Drake to be that great. Make your breakfast, make decisions, and then make your way. It really startled me that you can go to moon and back without a college degree. I got locked up in 2012, my child assault on police. But then I got myself to college, it all started with me. And I ain't finished, but that knowledge hit my mind in its seat. Cause till today I'm still a genius, so it had to go deep. And praise to God, no more probation, that happened 2018. That just shows you that if you stretch, it's nothing outside your reach. That loving that my grandy taught me, I made sure that I keep. I hate them RIPs, but I turn that to motivation, so I SEE. It's in my plans to turn the district to the best DC. I challenge all to harness greatness, but especially me. My demons testing me. I'm giving you so many reasons to invest in me. And any doubt you had about me, better off deceased. I really came for learning, world, but I'll gladly teach. I still ain't fully decipher that Martin Luther speech talk. Is it okay I carry pride when I walk? Cause I ain't let the odds hit, I put the gloves on and fought. Yeah, I was in and out the system, someone losing my mind, but I make sure that I ain't lose the values my mama taught me. Even though I lost so many clothes that my mama bought me, I regret it cause it's windy and I ain't buy no Frosty. And the 9 to 5s be biting, I see freedom as costly. Then them toys be crushing pockets, man, my daughter's so bossy. I make sure I go to sleep sometimes. I think too deep sometimes. Don't bring no bad vibes, my guy. I like a peaceful ride. Girl, sit down, come talk with me. We gon' sip tea and vibe. I'll open my heart to you so you can see inside. You don't know how hard I work. You see how long it took. Please don't say you missed the shine, cause you ain't choose to look. Hard times kept me 10 toes down, it's 5 on every foot. Please take time to read my life, cause it's an open book, yeah. So many people are zombies, I bet they never get it. But I'll shock you like naked wise when wetness hit it. They gon' look at me like truly made it. My nigga famous, he left the block from the DC jail when he really did it. Kato just had a birthday, my little brother died. Heard the news from Lil Walker and I was mortified. Sad to say I ain't capping, that day I couldn't cry. The heavy drugging was making me show my other side. My life was complicated. Steady breaking the matrix would sometimes leave me jaded. When I got bored with that freedom, that liquor had me faded. At J rotating, we didn't need planes for that vacation. But not in public, the police known for their speculation. Sometimes I wonder how I'm surviving this reckless nation. It's constant working and prayer that adds to elevation. Heaven and madness, I'm known for exceeding expectations. I make sure I go to sleep sometimes. I think too deep sometimes. Don't bring no bad vibes, my guy. I like a peaceful ride. Girl, sit down, come talk with me. We gon' sip tea and vibe. I'll open my heart to you so you can see inside. You don't know how hard I work. You see how long it took. Please don't say you missed the shine, cause you ain't choose to look. Hard times kept me 10 toes down, it's 5 on every foot. Please take time to read my life, cause it's an open book.
How you came up with the song?
Really, I was thinking of something positive, so I was like, I need something with no cursing, no nothing. So Smile Like Me, it really related. I can still tell my struggle and feel that energy that I have coming from Southeast and really portray where I come from, some of that aggression, but transform it into something positive.
Smile like me, yeah. When I knew my daughter was my child, I committed. Reality kicked in, I changed the way I was living. Euro step into the basket lane, it was my game plan. Now I think before I move, I'm standing strong on my pivot. Swear the streets can get addicted, it's no lie that I'm missing. But I won't let something that's so uncertain mess up my mission. Moving smart, it's like you painting with the brush, I'm like Van Gogh. I'm moving like Rashid in this 04, I'm a Piskin. It really hurt my soul, I had to cut off some good men. But a better way of living lasts you longer than good friends. So many went to jail when they thought they could maintain. Got released and now they trying to figure out what a hood went. Oh, you a big big step, but better make sure you step right. My foot is size 12, so I win in that contest. The creator got a hold on my mind, it ain't gone yet. Why I lost so many brothers, I don't know, but I'm upset. I feel so down these days. All my sins gotta wash away me. You were born when it's no mistake. So smile like me, smile like me. I feel so down these days. All my sins, let them wash away me. You were born when it's no mistake. So smile like me, smile like me. I'm pushing positivity. At first it was so hard to be, cause selling drugs and hitting licks was such a major part of me. Before we had these stimmy checks, we had walk-downs and robberies. My men would paint the city red, and y'all had an art degree. But then my talent grew, so I pushed through and challenged modesty. And I make sure that I stay sucker free like I got diabetes. Everybody that ignore me, it's okay, cause I ain't need them. So this COVID up, I'll make my fans fill up some coliseums. What's your mind on? Tell me, is your mind strong? If you hustle backwards, I'ma show you how you grind wrong. Straight up off the benches, guaranteed I'll get my shine on. Shooting passing three, it's like I'm in a different time zone. Shooting with a blindfold, come and get your mind blown. I'm like animals that you won't see no more like dinos. I'm from where people drop you off, you need a ride home. But I've been here so long, I could maneuver with my eyes closed. It's been days when I would dance as soon as food hit my stomach. I've been homeless, sleeping on the ground, I never saw it coming. Every day I'm feeling blessed, I thank you God for this progression. If you really wanna know, that's how I did it, how I does it. And I'm buzzing, game is over soon as they release my cousin. And for all you fatties, I got something in the oven. I'm like Snoop and Martha in the kitchen, you gon' love it. Everyone supporting me, I make sure that we grab it. I'ma make this picture last forever, bring a camera. Donna in the sky, I know she looking at her grandson. Life is such a fight, somehow I came out looking handsome. Every move I make, I think about it, it ain't random. When I die, it's my priority to leave a fortune. My daughter and my siblings, they gon' get the largest portions. My brother and my sister gon' remember what I taught them. I'm so grateful that I can support them. I feel so down these days. All my sins gotta wash away me. You were born when it's no mistake. So smile like me, smile like me. I feel so down these days. All my sins, let them wash away me. You were born when it's no mistake. So smile like me, smile like me. I've been working hard, but it's really not easy. It felt like a job trying to get away these days. MJ, fourth quarter, and we down 3. I got a lot of people out here breaking on me. So I got a lot of people out here breaking on me.
Good evening, and thank you all for tuning in to tonight's celebration. My name is Todd Gamble.
And I'm Tim Watkins.
And we are delighted to serve as this year's celebratory benefit co-chairs. But before we get started, wow, can we just give a shout out to Truly Him for a big round of applause? You may not know this, but the song that you just heard that was so powerful is based on Truly Him's experiences and produced in Sasha Bruce's very own music studio. It's one of the many great programs that Sasha Bruce created and supports. It's truly an honor to serve as this year's benefit chairs and to champion such an amazing charity that is providing youth, just like Truly Him, a fair shot to thrive in our nation's capital and beyond. Tim and I began preparing for tonight's celebration nearly 2 years ago in commemoration of Sasha Bruce's 45th anniversary. And well, I think we all know what happened over the last year and a half, and let's just say the universe had other plans for us, and we had to postpone the beautiful event that we planned at the Washington National Cathedral. But what could have been a very dark moment for the organization actually turned into an inspiring and hopeful moment that demonstrated the very best of us as neighbors and supporters. Many of you here tonight fulfilled your gifts to Sasha Bruce, even though the event wasn't held. And then during the last year and a half, we heard stories of volunteers driving around town looking for hand sanitizer, TP, cleaning supplies, all to help donate to keep our youth safe. We also saw our frontline staff come in each and every day just during such an uncertain time to care for the most vulnerable youth. But more than anything, we felt the love and support that so many of you sent to Sasha Bruce staff and to the youth during that very unprecedented time. So to be asked to chair this event again was an easy decision, and it's an honor to dedicate tonight's celebration to each of you that's become a beacon of hope for our youth and families over the past year.
But our reason for supporting this great cause goes well beyond the pandemic. One of the many reasons that Todd and I focus our support on Sasha Bruce youth work is that we're able to affect change right here in our own backyards and in real time. The dollars you donate tonight can affect change in deserving youth immediately. And by focusing on teens and young people generally, that change will stay with them throughout their lives. We're supporting homeless youth in their most vulnerable and formative years. While unusual for this area where so many hail from across the country, Todd and I both grew up in the Washington area but didn't know about the organization until I started doing pro bono real estate legal work for Sasha Bruce. The more we saw what Sasha Bruce was doing and the quality of this organization, the more we want to be part of it. I joined their board and co-chair their real estate committee. Through this, we have met other board members, staff, and clients, and learned about the many houses and programs run by Sasha Bruce. In touring the Sasha Bruce house, for instance, we learned that President Obama found this organization to be so compelling that he personally painted the boys' bedroom shortly before his inauguration. As in years past, tonight we're going to share some of the compelling stories of local youth who've overcome histories of abuse and hardship to become successful and contributing members of the community. In many cases, these same clients have a burning desire to give back to the same organization that's helped them during their most challenging times. And we can't discuss Sasha Bruce and what a great organization it is without singing the praises of the amazing powerhouse founder, Debbie Shore, who's been with the organization since its inception and has taken it from startup to one of the best organizations of its kind in the country. And our friend and board chair, John Crane, has shown most or all of us board members the path to success to continue to operate and maintain such a remarkable organization. Both Debbie's and John's passion and commitment inspires us daily to help man the oars to move this organization forward. And we in turn have shared with our friends our zeal and commitment to Sasha Bruce. And we were delighted to have our great friend Shannon Stitchman join the board this year. We are so excited to have Shannon's focus and energy on our team. To those of you who are new to Sasha Bruce, in addition to providing housing for homeless youth, we also have programs to teach interpersonal skills to allow them to be reunited with families. We teach life skills and interviewing skills. We support and teach young mothers parenting skills, and we help teach young offenders returning from incarceration how to re-enter society and lead productive and fulfilling lives. One of the most inspiring stories that we first learned about was a young woman who moved into Sasha Bruce during high school after she lost her mother and was without a safety net. She's been with Sasha Bruce since then in our independent living program and has earned her high school degree, her undergraduate degree, and is now finishing up her graduate degree in sociology. Her ultimate goal, to be able to help others like her when they are in need.
Tonight's celebration will certainly be a night to remember. We have an amazing lineup that will help reimagine the homeless experience while bringing to light the resilient flame that lies within each youth served by Sasha Bruce. And since we know a few of you may have an urge to hop off a little bit early, we have a few raffles throughout the show to keep everyone engaged, including round-trip tickets to any Southwest destination, including Hawaii and the Caribbean, a culinary experience for 25 guests, sponsored by Capital One, and a shopping spree at Ralph Lauren at their Georgetown location. Names will be drawn at random based on the current list of registrants to the event, and if you're not sure if you've registered, just head to www.sashabruce.org/alightinthedark and register now. But without further delay, let's get the celebration started. And please join me in welcoming DJ Little Bacon Bear of WKYS. Little Bacon Bear, as she's known to her tens of thousands of fans and listeners online, began her DJ career after moving to Maryland in 2012 and hasn't looked back. Since then, she's become one of the DMV's most coveted young DJs. She's a self-taught traditionalist, and despite being one of radio's freshest faces, she wants to use her platform for more. She's committed to being a beacon of success for other women in the music industry and to bridging the gap between radio and listeners, giving artists a meaningful spotlight to tell their stories. So welcome, Little Bacon Bear. We are so excited to have you MC tonight.
Wow. Come on now. Thank you. I appreciate the virtual high fives and cheers all the way around, but it really goes out to you guys for contributing to this virtual space yet again. Now, Truly Him definitely had a chance to stop by on my show, and he was voted by the entire DMV as a winner. He won KYS versus 5 wins, 5 nights in a row, and he scored an awesome interview on my show. And that was it was a great moment in my house. I had really enjoyed that song. I really like Smile Like Me, and the DMV definitely reflect that. I definitely want to pass on a special thank you to the benefit committee tonight who helped make this event possible, and the honorary committee for their efforts to end youth homelessness through legislative and advocacy work right here in the DMV. Now, to keep the program moving, I'm going to be holding it down, and we're going to get it going with Simone Scott. Now, she is a chef. I consider myself a bacon, but I'm not quite a chef. So she's going to take care of things tonight. She is the first African-American woman test cook on PBS's long-running America's Test Kitchen, and she is the creator of She Chef. Say that 3 times. She Chef, She Chef, She Chef. Elle will be helping us whip up a celery gimlet. Oh my God. A refreshing hibiscus, guava mint mocktail, and some Parmesan peppercorn to snack on throughout the night. Welcome, celebrity chef Elle Simone Scott.
Good evening. I'm Elle Simone Scott, executive editor, TV talent, and food stylist at America's Test Kitchen. I'm also the founder of an organization called She Chef Incorporated. It's a professional networking organization for women chefs of color and our allies. I'm so honored that Sasha Bruce Youth Work invited me to make cocktails, mocktails, and snacks with you tonight. And I hope you're here to put your money where your heart is. The only way we can do that is by having some cocktails and snacks. So let's get started. And if you don't have your ingredients with you, it's perfectly fine. We're gonna give you a link to the recipe at the very end. But if you do, follow along and let's make some cocktails. But we're gonna start with our mocktail. This is the Hibiscus Guava Aqua Fresca. It's a delicious summer drink. The hibiscus kind of mimics a little bit of a cranberry tartness. And we have some guava here that's gonna give us like a little bit of soft sweetness and some acidity to knock it out, right? So we have here 28 ounces of water and 10 hibiscus tea bags. So this is a warm brewing method, right? And it only takes about 45 minutes, not long at all. So you just put your 10 bags in, you steep them for 45 minutes, and then you take it out. And you get this beautiful deep red color we have here. So I'm gonna just put those tea bags aside. We have 4 ounces of guava nectar going in. And again, this really kind of offsets the tartness that the hibiscus offers, right? I have 4 ounces here of herb simple syrup. Now, people are always asking, can I buy simple syrup from the store? You can, but you can also make it at home. It's just as simple as 5 ounces of water, 3/4 cups of sugar, and then you let it boil, turn it down, you add the herb of your choice. I chose mint because it just goes well, nice summer fresh flavors, and you let it cool. You can cool it in your refrigerator, you can cool it on the countertop, but either way, that's all you need to do to have some simple syrup, and we're using 4 ounces of that. I made so much more, and it just makes sense to have batches of simple syrup in the fridge at your house. You can use it for any beverage. Then finally, to finish off this delicious hibiscus guava aqua fresca, you need some citrus. And so I have 4 ounces of fresh lemon juice. And you see what it does to the color? It just makes it a beautiful, translucent, but deep red. Very simple. Now, while this is a mocktail, you can always turn it into a cocktail by adding vodka or anything of that nature. It's completely up to you. I'm gonna go ahead and pour us up a glass. And because we've added some great ingredients like lemon and mint, it's always very cool to garnish with what's already in the drink. It just enhances the flavors. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of lemon and a little sprig of mint. And we have a beautiful aqua guava fresca cocktail. Now it's time for our cocktails, right? This is where you can completely impress your friends because we're gonna make a celery gimlet. And I know a lot of people are like, celery, cocktails, I don't know about that. I said the same thing, but I promise you the earthy green freshness of this cocktail is absolutely mind-blowing. And so we're also going to revisit some of the things that we already made, right? So this cocktail, super simple. It requires 1 rib of celery chopped, right? Not too small. And you're going to put it in your cocktail shaker that's full of ice, right? Because this is a nice, cool, refreshing cocktail. To that, I'm going to add 3/4 ounces of simple syrup. Exact same simple syrup we used for our hibiscus mocktail, right? So you have tons of it if you made it right. All right, so 3/4 cups of that in that shaker. You can use your favorite gin, about 2 ounces. All right, and we're all set. We got everything we need in there. So I'm going to put the top on my shaker, right? And give it a go. It's nice and cold. Ready to serve. So I have a strainer already on the inside. And if you have a hand strainer, that's perfectly fine also. I'm gonna give it a pour. Look at this beautiful color. This is by far my favorite cocktail from our How to Cocktail book. It is the best. I'm gonna garnish with 1 celery leaf. Save those celery greens, guys. Save those. Put that there, and there you have it. Beautiful celery gimlet. Now, what are drinks without snacks? I'm gonna make popcorn, but elevated. I like to grow up my popcorn is what I say. I want sophisticated popcorn. And so today I'm gonna make some Parmesan pepper popcorn. So simple. You can pop this corn at home in your house, or you can go to the store and buy pre-popped popcorn. Completely up to you. It depends on what your life is like, right? So I popped this popcorn last night, so it's a make ahead moment, because you know I love those. And I'm gonna start with 3 tablespoons of melted butter that I'm just gonna drizzle over the top. And we're going butter first here because we want all of our condiments to stick to the popcorn and not go down to the bottom of the bowl, because that's no fun, right? I have 1 ounce of grated Parmesan cheese because yes, cheese, more always, right?
We begin with the Youth Choice Award presented by an individual who's had a transformative impact in the lives of our youth. The nominee for this award is recommended by the youth. As a defensive lineman for the Washington football team and their nominee for Walter Payton Man of the Year, Jonathan and his wife Hannah have influenced and have used their influence to champion the work of Sasha Bruce, giving back to youth experiencing today what Jonathan went through as a child. Over the past 2 years, they have adopted Sasha Bruce House, helping to create a truly welcoming and unique experience for those who walk through its doors. With its new innovation lounge, complete with high-speed internet, computers, and gaming systems, and a new training area, the renovation of the Bruce House was a big accomplishment for all, and their commitment goes far and beyond the physical facility. What is most inspiring is what happens when the spotlight is not on. Candid meals and game sessions shared with the kids at the Bruce House, the tips John shares with the youth who dream of playing in the big leagues just like him, families are Families who say nobody has treated us great before. During the pandemic, Jonathan led a series of sessions with youth on keeping a positive mindset through the challenges. He continues to this day as a mentor for one of our drop-in youth centers. Presenting our award tonight, round of applause, Youth Choice Award goes over to them. Round of applause.
As happy and humbled as we are to receive this award, at the end of the day, it's about the youth. You know what I mean? You know, we are so grateful for the opportunity and to be recognized, but at the end of the day, it's about changing youth's lives and making a difference and making an impact in that way. So that's what is definitely the majority of it is about. But we're so grateful and humbled and appreciative of the opportunity. Sasha Bruce means a lot to us, just because we feel like it's a very genuine and authentic way to give back to the community in a way that you can actually see impact and change.
When we were looking at ways to give back to the community, we just really liked Sasha Bruce because they offer so many different programs and they cater to so many situations that no two are similar. So
for us, just to show our gratitude for Sasha Bruce, they've done a lot of the legwork. They've done so much to help me and Hannah become involved and just be a part of their community and what they're building. So really it would just be from us just to say thank you. We appreciate you. We love you guys. And we look forward to the future opportunities and what the future holds.
Well done. Virtual high fives and congratulations to Jonathan and Hannah Allen. We have to keep these things going. We have a testimonial from Jasper Teal. We do want to thank those sponsors again who are keeping the celebration going for the Youth Watch Party. That's King Chef and Fusion Desserts, and Go DC Go for the sponsoring the celebration. Up next, Jasper Teal.
Youth homelessness in Washington. That is, I think the first thing that people really need to recognize is homelessness in DC. That's just a problem. I've had personal experiences with homelessness in DC. Being a youth that's homeless in DC is already hard, especially if you are in a high-risk population like a trans person like myself. It's honestly hard to get through the day sometimes, really knowing how difficult it is outside. I actually started out with the Power program. That was how I first got associated with Sasha Bruce. They were really family to me, honestly, from the get-go. The organization really creates security for people that don't have it. As a trans person who has struggled with acceptance with my identity, acceptance, it means safety, it means security, it means kinship, it means respect. There's a lot to being accepted and feeling accepted in a place, and so that's what I feel, accepted. People should know about Sasha Bruce is that, first and foremost, if you're a person in need, Sasha Bruce will really be able to provide security for you.
What an awesome story. Thank you so much, Jasper Teal, for that. That is just one of the testimonials that we have going on tonight. And I want to thank some of our sponsors and supporters tonight for stepping forward to make sure that we have some great gifts to be given away in that moment. And so got to do the honors tonight. Up for grabs is a dinner for two, $25 dinner. And drum roll, please. Paul Medina, you are our winner tonight. $25 up for grab for dinner for two. Okay. Love that. Can you take me to dinner? I love that. Now, I do want to give a giveaway, another giveaway. Oh, no, don't want to spoil that. From feeding our bodies to, let me scroll down a little bit. Oh, wow. Okay. So, in memoriam, I want to introduce Deborah Shore. From feeding our souls and our bodies to, we return to recognizing some very special friends of Sasha Bruce Youth work, past and present, including this year's recipients of the Founder Lifetime Achievement Award, presented to an individual who has had life-changing impact on the lives of youth and their families. I want to welcome the founder and the executive director of Sasha Bruce Youth Work, Miss Deborah Shore.
Hello. Thank you, Little Bacon Bear. You've been such an amazing host tonight, and my heart is really full. But I'm here to say that as great as tonight is, it's really important to recognize that this past year has been a year of many tragedies. From the killing of George Floyd and others that amplified the Black Lives Matter movement, to the more than 600,000 people in our country who have lost their lives to COVID. It's difficult to find someone who has not experienced a loss. And so to each of you, I offer my condolences. The organization has also lost two great former board members that were critical in the early days. Vernon Jordan, a civil rights icon and leader, whose brief time on the board, but his ongoing involvement with his wife, Anne, who had a long tenure as a board member, helped ensure the voice of our youth were always heard. And Dean Smith, who helped ensure the organization remained on strong financial footing. Each of them left a mark on the organization, and they will always be remembered. Please join me in a moment of silence to honor all of the bright lights that have recently dimmed. Thank you. And again, thank you to our great host, Little Bacon Bear, and our chairs, Tim and Todd. And a big round of applause for all of our board and to the young people who are sharing their stories tonight. You are all an inspiration. When I founded Sasha Bruce, we were mostly a volunteer organization and operated out of an office in the basement of Christ Church, Georgetown. And yet we served hundreds of young people from DC and around the country and learned about the importance of strength-based services to young people and families. Our philosophy and successful approach was born in those early years. So now fast forward 45 years, and the organization now operates over 22 different programs and residences and serves 6,500 plus youth and their families across the District of Columbia and Prince George's County. And as remarkable as this 45-year transformation has been, I am equally impressed by what we've achieved just in our recent years. Our growth over the past 2 years has allowed us to go further upstream, focusing on interventions that help prevent and address the causes of homelessness and family dissolution, and also expanding housing and programming for young people who do become homeless, but where we are focused on services to break the cycle for them. The Lukey Kempfer Transformation Fund, for example, is serving over 20 formerly homeless young people achieve their college and career goals. We not only help them to enter college, but to get support throughout, to truly help them to move up in the economic ladder and seize on the region's prosperity. Through a partnership with HHS Office of Population Affairs, Sasha Bruce's Teen Outreach Program is investing over $3 million in middle and and senior high schools east of the river to reduce teen pregnancy rates, promote civic engagement, and support academic success among youth at greatest risk of homelessness. And in partnership with the city's Family First DC, our Family Success Center is helping address the social and economic challenges faced by residents of Clay Terrace and Ward 7 that often lead to housing instability. So if I had to say what the state of the organization is, I would say Sasha Bruce is stronger than ever, and that we stand ready to take action to end youth homelessness in the region once and for all. Even as we celebrate our successes, it is important to recognize how the realities of our world, including the pandemic, threaten to undo some of the progress we have achieved. We are seeing that urgency in the needs of our programs, the increased number of young people visiting our drop-in center. We sometimes have 50 youth who leave our premises each day to find a place to sleep that night. But here are the action steps that we are taking. We are expanding capacity. Early this spring, we opened the Philip Reed House, a new transitional home for 24 young people, ages 18 to 24. We are reaching more communities. This summer, we will open the first youth drop-in center in Prince George's County so that we can reach even more young people and provide safety and a means to stabilize their lives. We are enhancing permanent housing opportunities. In 2022, we will open Thrive House, an innovative joint transitional housing and rapid rehousing program to help 30 young people find a stable home each year. We are investing in a fair and equitable recovery. With billions of dollars being poured into our local governments, Sasha Bruce will fight to ensure our most vulnerable youth and young families receive the support they deserve and to advance efforts to break structural racism that has led to underinvestment in communities of color. We are building for the future. Sasha Bruce has joined with Jair Lynch, Rosewood Strategies, and Navigator Elder Home to submit a proposal to redevelop Hill East, a former site of DC General and next to RFK Stadium. If accepted, we will create a multi-generational health and wellness hub to meet the needs of DC residents today and into the future. Importantly, it will provide a new home for Sasha Bruce and fulfill our goal of expanding youth-specific housing in the region. But we can't do all of this alone. We can't do any of this alone. We need you as our advocates, our partners, our supporters. Achieving the goals I have just shared will require the village, all of us. So please join us in standing with our young people. Sign up to be on our email list, follow us on social media, advocate for our youth, and give. Together, we can end youth homelessness as we know it. Thank you. And now,
Thank you so much, Ms. Shore.
thank you. And now, it is my distinct pleasure to present the Lifetime Achievement Award to an incredibly special person in my life. If you just spend a few minutes speaking with Marie, she may mention her time as a journalist in Germany, watching the Berlin Wall come down, or her being at the March on Washington with her husband and 5 children in 1963. In fact, President John F. Kennedy called her that night to ask about the march. Or she could tell you that she knew Evangeline Bruce when she came to live with Marie's family in Japan. But what is most impressive is her lifelong commitment to children and youth, such that she was one of the architects of the first Head Start program in our country. And for all of her remarkable life and contributions, she has invested in Sasha Bruce since our earliest days and ties us to our roots. She has supported us throughout, and I am so glad to be giving this award to her. So on behalf of Sasha Bruce Youth Work, it is my honor to present the Founders Lifetime Achievement Award to Mary Ritter.
Thank you, Sasha Bruce, for this award. It is nice I'm still able to receive it and see that your work goes on every day. And always, when I think how it's expanded since my day, how impressive it is, and how it's a multi-million-dollar institution when we were starting with thousands of dollars when we were lucky. It's just extraordinary how Debbie has brought it to this point. What is the most meaningful moment? The enormous need, and thus the enormous need for donors to help the many children struggling in this city. Many young people in this community need help of various kinds, and I would like people to be aware of how many of the needs Sasha Bruce tries to meet.
Well done. Now, who wouldn't enjoy a private shopping experience at the Georgetown Ralph Lauren? Now, I like polo bears, and they got that in there too, so I love that. But I'm talking about a private, you and a seasoned stylist professional just working together to get your outfit together. $500 up for grabs, and it won't cost you a cent. Well, one of our current youth will soon be enjoying that. Congratulations to Ethan Carson. $500 is yours right now. Love that. Now, as we keep it moving, though, let's hear directly from another one of our Sasha Bruce youth. Please welcome Deja Dorsey.
Thank you, Sasha Bruce, for this.
I came in Sasha Bruce, specifically Elias Cradle, with my child when she was like around 4 or 5 months maybe, and being a single mom. It's definitely stressful. I thought I was failing as a mom, being as though I had to come into this program with my child, and kind of thought it was a little embarrassing, like, you know, going into sheltering. But I learned that if you look past that and look at the bigger picture of Sasha Bruce and Elias Cradle, then you will see that it's not permanent. It's just a temporary, you know, experience that it's okay to go through. Sasha Bruce has made a powerful impact on my life. I graduated from the first HBCU in Maryland, Bowie State, with the major of criminal justice. They were basically there to help me transition into adulthood. They helped me with parenting. They helped me with life skills. They helped me with like financial literacy. You know, these are people here to help you. They don't judge you. They don't downplay your situation in life. They're, you know, here to see you do good things. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication. You're doing good. You're doing great. And just keep it up, because you are definitely changing lives.
That put a little tear in my eye there, Deja, but I feel like it's only right that I go, hey, boo, hey. Of course, because she is a graduate now, or she's going there at the very least. Now, how do we keep doing great things for our youth in the DC area? Let's hear from Sasha Bruce Youth Work Board Chair, John Crane.
Thank you, Little Bacon Bear. Wow, this has been a great night, hasn't it? My name is John Crane, Chair of the Sasha Bruce Board of Directors. And I have the pleasure to talk to you about the reason we came together tonight, to raise funds to end youth homelessness. A QR code should be appearing on your screen right about now. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's the funny-looking square that takes you to a secure link to make a gift. So let's try now so you can give at any time. Open the camera on your phone and take a picture of my beautiful self. I will even do what Truly Him taught us at the start of the show and smile like him. You should have received a small message for a link to our donation page. Give it another try. But if you are still having issues, don't worry. Information on how to make a gift online or by mail is below. But let's be serious for a second. You have seen from our talented young people tonight their remarkable potential when homelessness is no longer a challenge. And if we could have all 6,000 people served by Sasha Bruce tell their story, we would be here for weeks or even months. That's the kind of impact that Sasha Bruce is having in our community. That's why we have set a goal of raising $500,000 tonight and why we need you to make a gift today. Sasha Bruce has kept their doors open to support homeless and runaway youth for the past 45 years. And when the pandemic hit and many businesses and organizations closed their doors, Sasha Bruce stayed open. The only youth drop-in center to do so in the region. That's because they understand that homelessness can happen at any time of the day, rain or shine, and yes, even in the middle of a pandemic. That's why Sasha Bruce runs the only emergency shelter for children in DC and the only emergency shelter for youth in Prince George's County. Together with its other homes and community programs, Sasha Bruce is there to support youth no matter their circumstances. Because every young person deserves a safe place to call home where they can simply be a kid, a teen, a young adult, where they can dream big and become the next breakout artist or even our next president. So give now and give generously and help us create that safe place for all. Your gift today will help Sasha Bruce continue to support remarkable young people like those you have met tonight. It will also help them make strategic investments to help even more youth and bring us closer to ending youth homelessness. A gift of $25,000 can help Sasha Bruce make necessary upgrades to our drop-in center so we can meet the needs of the more than 100 youth that come in every day. A gift of $10,000 can help us repaint the Bruce House to help welcome every child entering our home. A gift of $5,000 can help us cover the costs of meals for 1 month at our shelter in Prince George's County. $1,000 can help us cover 1 month of rent for a youth living in our transitional housing program. But you don't have to make a big gift to make a big difference. A gift of $30 provides food, showers, and laundry services for someone at our drop-in center. Again, we are looking to raise $500,000 tonight. I know this sounds like a big stretch, so to help us get there, the Sasha Bruce Board of Directors have collectively pledged to donate $175,000 to help us reach this goal. And so I ask you, please join us in being a light for a youth experiencing homelessness and make a gift, because every young person deserves a safe place to call home. Thank you for your generous support, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thanks, John. As you heard, the goal is $500,000, and you can scan the QR code to donate or scroll down for more information. And your donation will help fuel Sasha Bruce with the resources that they need to continue their work in the DC area. Now, each year, the Community Champion Award is presented to an individual or organization creating opportunities for youth and their families to thrive. As the head of Community Health and Social Impact Team in Care First Health Services Division, Dr. Destiny Simone Ramjohn moved from healthcare from just medical offices and out the community in a powerful way, adding an economic mobility and a social services to Care First philanthropic focus. In this way, they are now seeking generational change that not only addresses the intermediate needs of marginalized individuals, but the long-term well-being of entire communities. For this work, the Community Champion Award is presented to Dr. Destiny Simone Ramjohn.
Being selected for the Community Champion Award from an organization who epitomizes difference making is just a huge source of pride. It's a huge source of affirmation, not just for Care First writ large, but I'm proud to serve as Vice President of the Community Health and Social Impact Team. And this could not have been accomplished without the incredible and relentless and tireless work of my staff, folks like Nadine Fogason, Janine Finch, and more, Morgan Somerville, who played an instrumental role. So this is it's a proud, humbling affirmation of the work that is required to create a healthier and more transformative District of Columbia. I just want to say that the best is yet to come. We look forward to continuing to partner with Sasha Bruce.
Come on now, 2 snaps for that. Now we have a few Sasha Bruce members joining us tonight, and shout out to the ones who are watching us from home. I see you guys in the comments. Up next, please welcome Sasha Bruce Youth and a new employee, Antonio Whitaker, as he lets us in on what Sasha Bruce Youth work means to him.
There are way more homeless youth than you would think. That's one thing. Like, I had just gotten removed from one of the housing programs that I was in, and I was just trying to figure out what I was about to do. I had a complex at one point, like I had this pride thing, like I'm not going to shelter, like I'll just figure it out on my own. And then Sasha Bruce, like, I was out of trouble, out of the streets, it gave me resources to make my music. I make like hip hop rock music. And there was a studio downstairs, so it took me past to the studio. And after that, I went upstairs and met like everybody else in the drop-in center or whatever, and I've been there since then. And then Sasha Bruce, a lot of people are always gonna get the resources you need. I feel comfortable and with your needs fulfilled, like with everything that you come in there for. Like if you need a shower, you need to eat, you need your ID, you need, like anything, like they'll help. And then Sasha Bruce, like a second home, they give me all the resources that I need to come there. It was kind of like a breath of fresh air. Like it felt like I made another family, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Antonio, for that great message. Now we have to have a musical breath of fresh air. And next to the stage, we have Brandon Stansel.
There are way more homeless.
Hi, I'm Brandon Stansel, and I just want to thank the Sasha Bruce Foundation for having me here today. I grew up in small town Tennessee, just right outside of Chattanooga, and when I came out 10 years ago, it was tough, and my family didn't respond well, and I knew that they wouldn't. But fast forward a decade, and I'm really thankful for the things that I went through because they made me who I am, and that's somebody that I'm really proud of. So yeah, I'm grateful for where I came from, and I'm thankful for the crazy path that brought me here. And I hope you like this song. It's called Hometown. It's been a while since I've seen you with your one red light and Baptist steeple. The people here are hard to face, the memories harder to erase. Of all the things that make up what was home, oh, it's funny how they make me feel alone. But I can't change it, and that's okay, 'cause I've learned to let it go. Oh, it's out of my control. It might sound crazy, but I should say thank you, 'cause now I finally know who I really am. And I'm made from my hometown. Yeah, 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 yeah. hard to talk to my old man. Oh, he doesn't seem to understand. And my mom I don't know anymore. All these late night talks turn to fight and wars. Well, yeah, with all the things that make up what was home. Oh, it's funny how they make me feel alone. But I can't change it, and that's okay, 'cause I've learned to let it go. Oh, it's out of my control. It might sound crazy, but I should say thank you, 'cause now I finally know who I really am. And I'm made from my hometown. Of all the plans and all the dreams and all the things you thought that I should be. No, no. But from the twists, the turns, the pain, the hurt, the things I've learned have led me to believe that I can't change it, and that's okay, 'cause I've learned to let it go. It might sound crazy, but I should say thank you, 'cause now I finally know who I really am. Yeah. Now I can't change it, and that's okay, 'cause I've learned to let it go. Oh, it's out of my control. It might sound crazy, but I should say thank you, 'cause now I finally know who I really am. And I'm made from my hometown. Yes, I'm made from my hometown. Yeah, 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 yeah.
What a great performance, Brandon Stansel. I'm gonna have to open a streaming tab on that one right now for that hometown song. Love that. Claps all the way around. Twenty 2021 is definitely gonna be different, and Southwest Airlines is giving us 2 round trip tickets, meaning you can get there and get back anywhere they fly. And the winner of those tickets is, drumroll please, it's not me tonight, but it is Claire Dwoski. She just scored 2 round-trip tickets, courtesy of Southwest Airlines, to anywhere she's going. Can you take me, Claire? That's an option. We can leave the door open for that. But it's been a wonderful evening of music, stories, and inspiration. And before we get out of here, I want to welcome Danny Rico to the stage. He is the man of Sasha Bruce YouthWorks. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you, Little Bacon Bear, and thank you to everybody. Let's give a big round of applause to Little Bacon Bear. She has been an amazing host. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
You have been amazing. Thank you. Well, it's actually my pleasure to try to close us off and really just give you a quick update in terms of our fundraising efforts. And I have some bad news. We're actually just $3,000 away from reaching our $500,000 goal for the night. So if you are feeling extra generous, I encourage you to please go to our website, sashabruce.org/give. And please make a generous gift. Your support will really help us ensure that we are there for youth in the coming year. And it would be remiss, I would be remiss if I didn't actually thank our amazing staff who have really been there through the entire pandemic. These are essential frontline workers that showed up every single day in the worst time of our nation's history. So I want to give a big shout out on behalf of the entire leadership team to our amazing staff. And we'll share a little bit more about them at the end. But I also want to say that I hope this is the last virtual event that we ever had to have because of social distancing. So I hope that you would please consider actually joining us in planning the next year's annual benefit, which will be held on April 2022. So if you're interested in giving back to your community, helping us make an even more amazing event, please consider joining us. You're more than welcome to reach out to myself. I will also reach out to you after the event with more information about that. But with that, I want to say thank you so much to Tim, Todd, John. You have been amazing. Debbie, thank you so much for your inspirational words. Thank you again, Little Bacon Bear, and to all our amazing youth who have provided a lot of inspiration. So again, thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you for making helping us end youth homelessness. So thank you.
Smile like me, yeah. When I knew my daughter was my child, I committed. Reality kicked in, I changed the way I was living. Euro step into the basket lane, it was my game plan. Now I think before I move, I'm standing strong on my pivot. Swear the streets can get addicted, it's no lie that I'm missing. But I won't let something that's so uncertain mess up my mission. Moving smart, it's like you painting with the brush, I'm like Van Gogh. I'm moving like Rashid in this 04, I'm a Piskin. It really hurt my soul, I had to cut off some good men. But a better way of living lasts you longer than good friends. So many went to jail when they thought they could maintain. Got released and now they trying to figure out what a hood went. Oh, you a big stepper, better make sure you step right. My foot is size 12, so I win in that contest. The creator got a hold on my mind, it ain't gone yet. Why I lost so many brothers, I don't know, but I'm upset. I feel so down these days. All my sins gotta wash away me. You were born on when it's no mistake. So smile like me, smile like me. I feel so down these days. All my sins, let them wash away me. You were born when it's no mistake. So smile like me, smile like me. I'm pushing positivity. At first it was so hard to be, cause selling drugs and hitting licks was such a major part of me. Before we had these STEMI checks, we had walk-downs and robberies. My men would paint the city red and y'all had a art degree. But then my talent grew, so I pushed through and challenged modesty. And I make sure that I stay sucker free like I got diabetes. Everybody that ignore me, it's okay cause I ain't need them. So this COVID up, I'll make my fan fill up some coliseums. What's your mind on? Tell me, is your mind strong? If you hustle backwards, I'ma show you how you grind wrong. Straight up off the benches, guaranteed I'll get my shine on. Shooting passing three, it's like I'm in a different time zone. Shooting with a blindfold, come and get your mind blown. I'm like animals that you won't see no more like dinos. I'm from where people drop you off, you need a ride home. But I've been here so long, I could maneuver with my eyes closed. It's been days when I would dance as soon as food hit my stomach. I've been homeless, sleeping on the ground, I never saw it coming. Every day I'm feeling blessed, I thank you God for this progression. If you really wanna know that's how I did it, how I does it, and I'm buzzing. Game is over soon as they release my cousin. And for all you fatties, I got something in the oven. I'm like Snoop and Martha in the kitchen, you gon' love it. Everyone supporting me, I make sure that we grab it. I'ma make this picture last forever, bring a camera. Donna in the sky, I know she looking at her grandson. Life is such a fight, somehow I came out looking handsome. Every move I make, I think about it, it ain't random. When I die, it's my priority to leave a fortune. My daughter and my siblings, they gon' get the largest portions. My brother and my sister gon' remember what I taught them. I'm so grateful that I can support them. I feel so down these days. All my sins gotta wash away me. You were born when it's no mistake. So smile like me, smile like me. I feel so down these days. All my sins, let them wash away me. You were born when it's no mistake. So smile like me, smile like me. I've been working hard, but it's really not easy. It felt like a job trying to get away these days. MJ, fourth quarter, and we down 3. I got a lot of people out here breaking on me. So I got a lot of people out here breaking on me.